Here I was looking at the news yesterday, and really nothing was happening, and I guess everybody was just waiting until Monday morning for all of the shoes to drop. This one we're not going to get much into, even though it kind of closes the chapter on the Liz Truss situation from last week, and don't really know, because this seems like it seems a little sketchy, but not a lot's known about it right now, because I thought Boris Johnson was going to be trying for the leadership position, but then all of a sudden, hey guys, we got a new guy. Remember Rishi Sunak? He couldn't beat Liz Truss in the leadership debate, but he's going to be the next guy. He's going to be great and all that stuff. Don't worry about it. All of the rivals, all of the adversaries for the leadership position, they're going to get cushy jobs. Don't worry about it. Nothing sus to be found there at all. So if there's any development on that, you know your boy's going to be checking in from time to time. But that's all I've got to say about that for the time being. And now back to regular scheduled programming, and we'll make this one fit here for a second. I've been alluding to this. I've wanted to talk about this for a long time, and it's only been going on for a couple of days, and just trying to find a way to work it in, because there's another kind of leadership struggle, maybe kind of potentially, but it's China at the end of the day, so it's just a bunch of commies doing commie stuff. So what can you really do about this? But it's kind of interesting, right? If you haven't seen the clip, you don't need any sound on this one, but there you have. Okay, so the man who's being informed is Hu Jintao, the former leader of the Chinese Communist Party before Xi Jinping. I forgot his name. It's like I was just gonna say Winnie the Pooh, but before he assumed the main chairman position. And Hu Jintao, he had a little bit nicer of a perception surrounding him, but much was being made about this clip. Now I took a look at it, and it was like, it's kind of frightening. We'll just let it play here in the background for a second. But yeah, no, he's being leaned over. It's a guy in a mask. Nobody else, except for the back row, is wearing masks. So that was one red flag that was popping up in a sea of red flags. As you can see, they're commies after all. So I was just kind of wondering, it's like, okay, they're forcibly removing him, and nobody's really wanting to do a whole lot about this, and he just kind of seems shocked about the entire situation. So what exactly is going on here? Is it almost like there's a leadership shuffle, leadership shakeup? Because you're going to see here in a second where he sees like he has Xi's attention here for a moment, but he's just kind of being, addressed as like, what the hell is going on here, or whatever it sounds like in Mandarin. Not entirely sure. But then here, he leans back to Xi. He's like, hey buddy, what the hell's going on here? And then he's like, oh yeah, don't worry, it'll all be fine. While not looking at him. Well, meanwhile, the former leader is just getting shuffled off, and nobody's paying him any mind. And again, like the official line on this so far was, Mr. Jintao is totally fine, guys. He was feeling just a little bit under the weather. So here I am thinking, all of the people that are more equal than the other ones in the back row, they don't have to wear masks in this situation. They're all fine. Don't worry about it, okay? Communism working as intended. So he was just under the weather. Maybe he tested positive for whatever the variant running around China is right now. He'll get the help that he needs, folks. Don't worry about it. But that's the type of government. That's exactly what the leftists want. That's what they idolize. Oh, they don't want to, come out and say it. And they're like, oh yeah, China's pretty bad. Some of their conditions are awful, but then out of the other side of their mouth, they'll talk about the virtues and the wonderment of communism and socialism and how the rest of the world needs that. Meanwhile, you have something like this, okay? Because you could take it nefariously, or you could give them a little bit of deference. But at the end of the day, these are the motherfuckers that allowed the virus to wreak havoc over the world for the past 3 years. So if you want some of that shit, you go ahead. Your mileage may vary when it comes to this stuff, but when you see something sketchy like that play out in real time, you tend to notice a couple of things. You got a couple of takeaways from it, like nobody's standing up to this, and it just seems like, standard operating position or standard operating procedure at this point in time. Like, oh, okay, cool. It doesn't affect me at this point in time. Nope, that's fine. Nope, nothing fucked up about the situation. Yes, glory to the revolution, and support the party at all costs, right? And then this is where the nice transition over to the Kanye West stuff is, because I'm seeing a uniform position on one side of the aisle when it comes to this stuff. Like Kanye West, biggest anti-semite ever. Literally everybody's dropping him, and it's probably only a matter of days at this point before Adidas finds some sort of a get-out-of-jail-free clause in their, extravagant partnership deal. Like, there is full court press against this guy. And the last time we were talking about him, he hired Camille Vasquez or Brown Rudnick, the overarching law firm that she works for, and I guess she was going to be in charge of his business dealings. I think that shit was only on Friday, but then this morning, all of a sudden, the law firm drops him. Don't know necessarily for sure if it was Camille Vasquez. That just kind of strikes me a little bit odd, kind of like that Chinese commie situation. I don't know if it was her necessarily, or if it was the big law firm. It's like, I don't know, man. He's saying some stuff about Jews, and we're kind of like a law firm and stuff, so, you know, we got to distance ourselves with this situation. It's just so funny. He's getting canceled by all of these, you know, traditionally type situations, you know, with the banks, the law firms, okay, the media. Because, yeah, CAA also dropped him as well. So that's really one way to confirm his suspicions that the Jews run everything, by having all of the Jewish-controlled places drop him. It's just kind of funny the way that stuff works, okay? Like, again, my position on the Jews, it's like, I don't care. I don't like to classify any specific group, except for communists. They all deserve a nice, cushy ride on Pinochet's helicopter. But characterizing, you know, even the stereotypes, the better stereotypes, the less appealing stereotypes to the entirety of a group, never really sits right with me. I want to take a look at the individual actions of the individual people, and I'll make my assumptions based on those actions. Seems like a reasonable position, right? And that's why whenever I look at the statements of Kanye West, I don't find what the media is pushing. And again, like Alex Jones and Donald Trump before him, this dude is the canary in the coal mine. He is the precedent-setting case, because right now he is the most unpalatable person, and they just want to use this as a test case, because it's not always going to be somebody this quote-unquote extreme. Just like how when Alex Jones was taken off of all major digital platforms, that standard is held up, right? Only somebody that extreme who would say such dangerous things about, like, Sandy Hook and other conspiracy theories. Those are the only type of people getting kicked off of digital platforms, right? Okay, cool. Seen this play out before. Not gonna let it happen unimpeded another time. Kanye West has been dropped by Camille Vasquez, the lawyer who defended Johnny Depp, as well as top talent agency CAA. Meanwhile, production studio MRC executives announced on Monday that they are shelving the documentary they made about the 45-year-old rapper. MRC, that seems like a pretty... Like, the name sounds familiar and I can't quite remember it, but if it's already taped and it's already ready to go, like, Warner Brothers is going to be dropping at the beginning of next year the Flash movie with Ezra, the aspiring cult leader. I was going to say Ezra Klein, but no, it has nothing to do with Vice or Vox, whatever. You know, Ezra Miller. That one's fine to go, but no, not Kanye West. Okay, cool. They are now just the latest entities to break ties with a gold digger singer. Wow, that hasn't been his big hit in over a decade at this point, but good callback, I guess. After he tweeted earlier this month he was planning to go to war with Jewish people. Was he really? Or was he just going to say some words and maybe upset some people, and now their emotional damage is starting to come to the surface? It's kind of like that. A number of Jewish executives have since called West out for his hateful remarks. Yeah, and summarily canceled him. Just like he said, hey, I'm going to go live on these Jews here in the morning once I wake up. And it's like, guess what? We got you first. Something, the early bird catches the penny rolling down the street. Something like that. He wrote, those who continue to do business with West are giving his misguided hate an audience. That was care of Ari Emanuel, literally the most Jewish name you could think of, penned an op-ed calling for all major brands to drop West. Even Kanye's ex-wife. Like, I give a fuck what that crazy slut has to say about any of this shit. Fuck her. I shouldn't say that too loud because somebody probably is right now in the process of. Has broken her silence, sharing support for Jewish people on Twitter Monday. Oh my god, how many cut dicks are you going to put in your mouth over that? Great, wonderful, fantastic. But sneaker company Adidas has so far continued to maintain its business dealings with West after previously announcing that their relationship was under review view, it's only a matter of time, right? Because the walls are ultimately closing in unjustifiably. So, in my opinion, and we've gone through all the stuff, and I found all of the, because they've got them oh so nicely cataloged for us, we can take a look at the rest of the statements that are out there, and we can maybe come to a decision by the end of this. And who knows, maybe we'll be on the side of canceling people, but I highly fucking doubt it, given all of the support on one side of this stuff. Every time you see one of these divisive situations pop up, take a look who's on both sides, okay? Just figure out which side you want to be a part of. And that should give you a good idea on which side you should, you know, if you're being ideologically pure, if you're being a rational human being, which side you should probably line up on. Its shares are down nearly 17% over the month, trading at just $51.36 by the end of Monday. Is that all to do with Kanye West? Is that really all to do with Kanye West? Because people are still buying fucking Yeezys at the end of the day. Except for, what, 6% of the population? Anyways, West had hired Vasquez, who gained national fame over her representation of Depp in his heated defamation trial with ex-wife Amber Heard, to represent his business interests amid ongoing disputes with Adidas. But insiders at TMZ revealed on Monday that Camille informed her firm, Brown Rudnick, that she would no longer work. Oh, so it was Camille. Oh, well, fuck her then. The firm still reportedly attempted to work with Kanye if he publicly retracted his remarks, but he has refused to do so. Yeah, just bend the knee. Bend the knee. Give them more ammunition. Fuck, so stupid. It's like, you guys know that's why Johnny Depp won the court of public opinion, right? Oh, okay, cool. No, that's in the past now. I understand. As a source for the New York Post claimed, after Ye doubled down this weekend. Oh, okay, Camille dropped him. The firm still wanted to make it work, but on the condition he retract. He wouldn't, so he fired them. The law firm had previously declined to confirm to DailyMail.com whether or not he had secured West as a client. I also revealed on Monday that top talent agency CAA had cut ties with Kanye, according to the LA Times. The company announced it has stopped representing him at some point over the last month after he made anti-Semitic remarks. MRC studio executives Modi Wizicki, Asif Shachu, and Scott Tenley. Oy vey. Announced in a memo Monday, we cannot support any content that amplifies his platform. Is that the new NPC update that's out there? We can't support his platform and, give in to hate or whatever the fuck they're talking about. Because at least it ended up hitting the celebrity docket, because obviously it would. It just gives them relevance at a time where, mainstream celebrity has been more of a blight on somebody's resume than it has been a rousing mark of support. After showing White Lives Matter t-shirts, which you take a look at the people that are taking umbrage with that. Now at least they had the shield of, oh, he said bad things about Jews and I like my agent, so we just can't support him. At his Yeezy Season 9 fashion show in Paris and spewing anti-Semitic remarks on social media and national television. Kanye West has jeopardized his relationship with within the fashion world. Most recently, Balenciaga cut ties with the controversial rapper, and Vogue exclusively told Page Six Style that they have no intention on working with West ever again. Oh my god, a magazine not talking to one of the most famous celebrities right now. Oh no, how's that gonna negatively affect them? Nobody cares about Vogue anymore, except for Drake. But whatever. Because remember, you ain't a model if you haven't been in Vogue. It's actually a pretty good standard. Anyways, has no intention of working with West ever again. Gap's partnership with West is also kaput. But he might have pulled the rug out from underneath that one, because this presaged all of this type of stuff. He was just kind of like, fuck Gap, even before this stuff. So, tomato, tomato. Star also pulled the plug on his deal with the retailer back in September. There you go. Now pressure is mounting for Adidas. Yeah, look at that. He's wearing a white t-shirt in front of a white background. Look at that anti-Semitism proudly on display right now. You can't be having that with great value Tony Hawk by your side. Now pressure is mounting on Adidas, which has served as the manufacturer and distributor of West's billion-dollar Yeezy brand for nearly a decade, to stop working with him too. The world is watching, Adidas, says Fat Tits Denning. Nobody cares about you. Is your fucking stupid Chuck Lorre show still on CBS? Nobody cares about you. Just fucking pull out your fat tits and shut your yap. Nobody cares what you have to say. Well, Valerie, I still am lusting over my dead ex-husband who left me, and then he ended up shacking up with a beta and then divorcing him. Bertinelli. I was going to call her Bert and Ernie, but whatever, Time is kind of shit on her enough. Hey, Adidas, you up? Like, look at all these less famous, less successful people just trying to get other people fucking drugged down to their level. What a bunch of distasteful fucks. Like, I get it with Kat Dennings. I'm pretty sure she's Jewish, but Valerie Bertinelli, like, she might have had miles of Jewish dick run through her due to her lack of talent and her ability to secure roles over the years, but I don't really know. Like, there's too many vowels in that last name and too big of an open love for spaghetti to really, put two and two together for me. Former of course, Keith Olbermann, when he's not too busy just warning the world that Trump's just gonna somehow enact the Fourth Reich and kill us all. Hey, Adidas, punish this motherfucking hate-mongering bastard. Kanye West, watch your business vanish. Like mine. Fuck Keith Olbermann. What a hunk of shit that dude is. Well, Adidas has placed his partnership with West under review, the company whose contract with him expires in 26. They're just like, listen, the Yeezy brand makes us a lot of fucking money, so can this shit just hurry up and fucking blow over? Because that'd be great. Has yet to issue a public statement regarding the rapper's behavior. I can say anti-Semitic things, and Adidas can't drop me. Now what? Now what? Yeah, exactly. Well, if he were to say anything that was like overtly hateful, then we'll see what anybody does. But we can just see right now it's just vague allusions to it's a gateway, it's a dog whistle to anti-Semitism. And this is something that we talked about before, right? We had that stupid petition that was out there. I think the last time we talked about it, it's like, well, it has over 5,700 signatures on it or something like that. It's a big... It's catching on. Well, now you can see one. It's got, probably by the time anybody sees it, it's going to have, 110,000 signatures. Even though the entire time we've been talking about this, it hasn't gone up a single signature. But, hey, man, to each their own, I guess. It's been up for a while. But at least they have all of the statements here cataloged, so we can take a look to see if any of them, because the good folks at the Campaign Against Anti-Semitism has got them all cataloged here. I'm sure they're not taken out of context, and I'm sure that they're perfectly fine, right? Adidas must answer Yee's question. It must denounce anti-Semitism and end its partnership with Yee. Yeah, it must do that stuff because a bunch of theoretical Jews were upset by this. And a bunch of out-of-work Jews in Hollywood are really big mad about this. Anyways, Yee has posted brazen anti-Semitic statements past month on social media. Okay, Instagram post. I'ma use you as an example to show Jewish people that told you how to call me. That no one can threaten or influence me. Very anti-Semitic. Okay, that one doesn't pass the test. And then the tweet after his Instagram account got taken down by who? Mark Zuckerberg. Interesting. I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up in the morning, I'm going DEFCON 3. I'm going middle of the road when it comes to defensive conditioning on Jewish people. There was also more to that statement, but hey, man, whatever. You guys got your highlights there. And again, I'm not Jewish. I got a pretty sizable nose, but it doesn't pass the smell test for me. On Drink Champs, which have taken down their interview, their 3-hour-long interview, but it's been re-uploaded a whole bunch of times because the internet never forgets. But let's get through some of these statements. The thing about me and Adidas is like I can literally say anti-Semitic shit and they can't drop me. I can say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. Now what? He's made reference to things that he can say. No, that one doesn't work either. Okay, demanded. Oh, he demanded, so he's big serious on this one. I want all Jewish children to look at their daddy and say, why is he mad at us? Okay. And started saying, me tooing the Jewish culture. Jewish culture. Okay. I'm saying y'all got to stand up and admit what y'all been doing, and y'all just got away with it for so long, and y'all ain't even realize what y'all doing. Other than saying y'all a whole bunch, I don't see anything here that's hateful. Referred throughout the interview. Oh, okay, cool. To Jewish business secrets. So what, you guys want to shut them up so you can maintain your secrets? I see what you're doing here. Jewish Zionists. Oh my God, he made reference to Jewish Zionists. Okay, this is just the exact same shit that fucking Farrakhan's been talking about for a long time. not even that extreme too. Like, there's no references to cockroaches here at all. And stated how Jewish people in the entertainment industry will take one of us, the brightest of us, and can really feed a whole village, and they'll take us and milk us until we die. Yeah, definitely not seeing that play out right now. What happened to him and CAA's relationship? Oh, okay, bet. Claimed that he had been blocked out by the Jewish media. How many places have canceled him? And his documentary that was already done and dusted and in the can, it's not coming out? Oh, okay, cool. Jewish people have owned the black voice. Okay. Whether it's through us wearing a Ralph Lauren shirt, or it's all of us being signed to a record label, having a Jewish manager. Okay. Who was that? What was that guy's name? Oh, right. Ari, the super agent who wrote that op-ed. Oh, okay, cool. Or being signed to a Jewish basketball team. Well, look at how many Jews own NBA basketball teams, and you can kind of put two and two together. Or doing a movie on a Jewish platform like Disney. That one seems a little bit off the mark because, like, who's the current guy in charge? Bob Chapek? I don't, maybe not, but some of the predominant studio heads there. It's Kathleen Kennedy at Star Wars, I guess, and Kevin Feige at Marvel. I'm not entirely sure, but okay, whatever. Still not hateful or anything like that. Double down on his tweet going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people, claiming that he is Jewish also. Okay, yeah, Black Israelite theory. Okay, again, we're not just black, we are Jews, just like Jewish people. I can't be an anti-Semite. Yeah, you still haven't said anything that's anti-Semitic. We're just reading your fucking words here, okay? Before we all get in our feelings when it comes to this stuff and say, he's an anti-Semite. Well, what has he actually said? Anti-Semitic things. Let me see what we're doing here. Claimed that he is responding to being invited to a Holocaust museum by saying, I want you to visit Planned Parenthood. That's our Holocaust museum. Yeah, a few more than 6 million bodies have been scooped out by Planned Parenthood. We can just go ahead and leave it at that. Complaining about being photographed in public, saying you get used to being screwed by the Jewish media. Okay, yeah, paparazzi. Owned by who again? I'm not seeing it here so far. A thing, a thing that a Jewish person will always say is that they'll say, this is mine. Yes, with clasped hands, rubbing them together. Yes, we know. Something that a black person built, or any company built. Yes, like peanut butter. We know, we get it. They'll be like, this is mine now. Bop, that's mine. Referencing fellow rapper Ice Cube, who was criticized for sharing an anti-Semitic image. I've referenced that one before. That was kind of weird, but again, he just thought that it was a cool mural. Like, I don't know if he knew about the underlying anti-Semitism on that one, mostly because it was just a bunch of, stereotypical capitalistic fat cats around a table with a bunch of, the downtrodden apparently holding up this table, like whatever. You really influenced me to get on this anti-Semite vibe, and I'm here to finish the job. Okay, Ice Cube has refuted this claim and distanced himself from Ye. Oh, okay, cool. That's about as close as you're getting there, but I don't really know, other than just, stating some opinions. There's no hatred here, but hey, he went on Cuomo's show, and we know his streak of anti-Semitism there. He said, I don't like the term anti-Semitic. It's been a term that's allowed people, specifically in my industry, to get away with murder. Okay. Made comments referring to Jewish underground media mafia and claimed Jewish people own the black voice. Okay. So he's just the same things over and over again, and just lacking anything really. But maybe the international definition of anti-Semitism. Examples of anti-Semitism include, oh great, this is just going to be like the modern day interpretation of what is misogyny. A man expressing an opinion about a woman. Basically a misogynist. But how are they defining anti-Semitism? Because I'm saying, at least from, the well understood definition, but by generally good faith people, the espousing of views that are hateful, and the advocation of violence towards Jewish people on the basis of their Judaism. That's what I'd think that it would be. Okay, let's see. Making mendacious, dehumanizing, demonizing, or stereotypical allegations. Oh my God! It's like you could tell me put a potato in it, and it's like, oh my God, that's a very anti-Irish sentiment that you have there. Or the only way that a dog would play with me is if I had a pierogi strapped around my neck. Oh my god, that's very anti-Ukrainian right there. Or what do you have in your water bottle today, Don? Is it a big swig of scope? That is very anti-native. What do I got? Scottish. Surprised you're standing right now and you're not too busy hugging the carpet, you fucking drunk. That's very anti-Scottish. I think that's all four corners right there. Stereotypical allegations about Jews as such, or the power of Jews as collectives. That's hilarious. If you make fun of the people that are in power, you're being anti-Semitic. Okay. Such as, especially but not exclusively, the myth about the world Jewish conspiracy or the Jews controlling the media. No, it's just a funny meme. Economy, government, or other societal institutions accusing Jews as a people of being responsible for real or imagined wrongdoings committed by a single Jewish person or group, or even the acts committed by non-Jews. Okay, cool. So if anything actually happens and was committed by literally anybody else, that's anti-Semitism. Thanks for your very specific definition. So yeah, by their stupid definition, you could label ye an anti-Semite, I guess. But if you want to comport yourself to reality, I don't see it, man. I really don't fucking see it. But if stereotypes are hatred, sorry to say, we fucking lost this one. So that's why I'm standing up against this, because I just see this as just being a gigantic misinformation campaign, an entire deplatforming attempt. And the only thing that's for certain on this one is we know who's all behind it. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Coswell. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.